Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, a Kentucky school teacher and former Breathitt County football star died in a car crash this morning. It happened just after 6:50 this morning on Highway 15. WYMT's Will Puckett has more.
Traffic is back moving on Kentucky 15 after an early Thursday morning crash. The crash happened about a quarter mile north of the end of the 4-lane of Kentucky 15 in Breathitt County. It is between a white Toyota Camry and a UPS truck. The driver of that white Toyota Camry died in the crash when eyewitnesses say they turned directly into the path of the UPS truck.
There was a witness behind the UPS tractor trailer that advised the white Toyota Camry appeared to turn in front of the UPS truck. In her words, she believed the white car to be turning into a driveway.
The driver of the Camry has been identified as Rich McCune of Jackson. He is a school teacher. Police say that he was the first player from Breathitt County to be offered a football scholarship at the University of Kentucky. In Breathitt County, Will Puckett, WYMT Mountain News.
McCune was a first-year special education teacher at George Rogers Clark High School in Clark County.
Well, it's been another gorgeous day here in the mountains. If you remember, we got some rain yesterday, but that actually did not get added to the drought monitor today. The cutoff for that is actually right around Tuesday evening. I think it's at 8 o'clock. So you can see the drought monitor, that extreme drought has been extended into a lot of our counties. If you're looking down into Harlan, also got extended into Leslie, Bell County, and even into Knox County. More of Perry and Letcher and even Knott County is in this now. That severe drought looked to stay kind of right about the same, but that rain that we got yesterday, the rain that we are expecting in the week, hopefully will help this drought monitor next Thursday when the new one is issued. But check out those temperatures. You're seeing those mid to upper 50s. It's been a little bit chilly out there, but another gorgeous day. Winds still from the northwest, anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour, but they'll become more calm as we head into the evening hours. Satellite and radar, it's been quiet throughout the day. We've seen those mostly sunny skies throughout the day as well, and this was just issued a frost advisory. You could see almost all of our areas in that, except for a few of those counties over into West Virginia. So this is in effect from 2 to 9 a.m. We're expected to drop into about those mid to upper 30s, clear skies. So you're going to want to protect those plants as we head into the rest of those evening hours. But what about that Friday and weekend forecast? I'll have those details coming up in just a little bit.
All right, Paige, thank you. Early this morning in Johnson County, police say a woman shot and killed her husband near the Riceville area. WYMT's Lauren McCourt talked with neighbors who were at the scene.
Early this morning in Johnson County at the Meadowview Mobile Home Park, a woman called dispatch and said that she had shot and killed her husband. As neighbor Jerry Clemens was just beginning his day, he heard several gunshots right outside his window.
My bedroom's right here on the side, and when I heard the shots, I just looked out the window.
Making his way out the door, Clemens noticed his neighbor was sitting on the porch.
She was crying a little bit. She was hurt, scared. But as far as that, she didn't say nothing much.
Officials soon arrived on the scene where they found a man dead from gunshot wounds.
The sheriff's department, they done a good job, handling the situation and all that.
Now neighbors do tell me that the woman was taken to the hospital after the incident. And at 6, I'll have more from the sheriff's department that covered the case. In Johnson County, Lauren McCourt, WYMT Mountain News.
The name of the man and woman involved have yet to be released. A suspected serial killer in Florida claims he killed 3 innocent people because God told him to. Stanley Mossberg is accused of murdering 1 person in Tennessee and 2 others in Winter Haven, Florida. Deputies tried to arrest Mossberg early Tuesday at a home in Winter Haven, but police say Mossberg fired on deputies throughout the night. Mossberg told police he killed those people because he is a prophet.
Do you have anything to say, Stanley?
Y'all will see God, and there's going to be angels and demons fight from God.
Angels and demons fight from God? What does that mean?
There's a war.
What war?
Everybody will see.
A homeowner who walked into the alleged murder spree was held hostage Monday night and then escaped. Mossberg is facing several charges, including first-degree murder and attempted murder of a law enforcement officer. A car hit a young girl in Pennsylvania while she was getting off the bus yesterday afternoon. It happened in Springfield Township. The girl remains in critical condition. Her sister says the bus driver came to a stop, put on his lights, and they made their way to the door. When both tried to cross the street, a car hit her sister. The driver did stay at the scene. The bus was full of students at the time of the incident. It's unclear if the driver faces any charges. Thousands of classrooms are empty in Chicago after teachers went on strike this morning. The Chicago Teachers Union failed to reach a contract deal with the nation's third largest school district. 25,000 members are not returning to their classrooms. The strike comes after months of negotiations between the union and Chicago Public Schools failed to come to an agreement over pay, benefits, class size, and teacher preparation time. More than 300,000 classes were canceled today. The impeachment inquiry into President Donald Trump is continuing today. Congress is expected to hear testimony from Gordon Sondland, the U.S. ambassador to the European Union. He is one of the president's point men in dealing with Ukraine. Sondland is expected to tell lawmakers the president directed him to work with his personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, to arrange a meeting with Ukraine's president. Vice President Mike Pence says Turkey agreed to a ceasefire in Syria. Pence announced the agreement after more than 5 hours of talks with Turkey's president. It pauses military operations for 120 hours and the withdrawal of the Kurds in the region. President Trump thanked both sides and called it a, quote, incredible outcome.
They couldn't get it without a little rough love, as I called it. I just put out. They needed a little bit of that at the beginning.
Turkish officials said the invasion will continue despite the threat of heavy sanctions. Lawmakers back home slammed the president for yanking U.S. troops and leaving Kurdish allies stranded. Let's head over to Wall Street now. On this Thursday afternoon, the Dow closes up today more than 23 points. When you feed your baby, you may also be feeding them lead, arsenic, and mercury. A new investigative study found these toxic heavy metals in many of the foods produced and marketed for babies. 168 baby foods from major manufacturers were tested, and 95% contained lead, 73% contained arsenic, 75% had cadmium, and 32% contained mercury. Even in trace amounts, those chemicals are linked to impaired brain development in children. Physicians suggest pureed vegetables, salmon, peanut butter oatmeal, and avocado as safe baby foods. Juul, the leading e-cigarette company in the United States, will stop selling flavors that critics say are popular with young vapors. Only tobacco, mint, and menthol flavors remain for sale in retail stores, and only in states that still allow the sale of vaping products. Juul also recently announced it is suspending all broadcast, print, and digital product advertising in the U.S. Boeing is taking another step toward getting its 737 MAX back in the air again. A select group of U.S. and international pilots will try out the new software in a final round of simulator tests. The last round of testing is in November in Seattle. And the Federal Aviation Administration is watching. The FAA grounded the MAX 737 earlier this year after 2 deadly plane crashes killed 346 people. The automated systems are believed to have contributed to the crashes. Boeing hopes the plane will begin flying again early next year.
He was a champion in his community. I'm Nicole Killian in Baltimore with reaction to the death of Maryland Congressman Elijah Cummings and the legacy he leaves behind.
And coming up, more sunshine is in store for the next few days, but when do those rain chances return? I'll have those details coming up.